Today on Rappler, 9 policemen are implicated in a kidnapping on EDSA that went viral. President Benigno Aquino blames his predecessor, Gloria Arroyo, for the MRT's problems. And Prince William and Duchess Kate expect their second child. Hello, I'm Maria Ressa. Welcome to Rappler, your social news network. Under the guise of a drug bust, 8 current and 1 dismissed cop allegedly robbed, held up, and kidnapped 2 people in a vehicle on EDSA in broad daylight. A photo of the incident shows several men, a sedan, and a van surrounding the SUV. This picture went viral on social media. Officials say at least 9 police officers, including 1 already dismissed from the service, were involved. 2 of them, Chief Inspector Joseph De Vera and Police Officer Second Class Jonathan Rodriguez, are already under police custody. Police are looking for the other 7. President Benigno Aquino blames his predecessor, Gloria Arroyo, for the problems of the Metro Rail Transit, or MRT. On Monday, Aquino says his administration is, quote, on top of the situation, but adds it would not be as big a problem if the previous administration dealt with it. Aquino admits there are complications with maintenance contracts and difficulties in finding the right coaches for the best price. He also says the government is getting new units to replace the old. Current units can only accommodate about 300,000 passengers per day, but about 500,000 ride the MRT every day. Asked how long commuters will have to put up with the problems, Aquino says he would respond after a meeting with Transportation Secretary June Abaya. The MRT-3 has been under public scrutiny since mid-August after one of its trains slammed through safety barriers. Just last week, an MRT coach ran through Metro Manila with its doors wide open, putting passengers at risk. In a Senate hearing last week, MRT officials listed the problems with the train system. The station's escalators and elevators were not functioning, the ticket machines were not working, and the train's signaling system was obsolete. The commander of the Philippine peacekeeping troops in the Golan Heights says he had never defied orders until the unauthorized escape of Filipinos from the standoff with Syrian rebels. Enriquez was the commander of the Philippine Battalion and the Chief of Staff of the United Nations Disengagement Observer Force, or UNDOF. He resigned as UNDOF's 3rd highest ranking officer after the incident. The Filipinos defied the order of UNDOF Commander Iqbal Singa to surrender their weapons to Syrian rebels. The Filipinos instead sneaked out after an hours-long firefight. Singa would later call the escape, in his words, an act of cowardice. Caught between his 2 jobs as Philippine Battalion Commander and as UNDOF Chief of Staff, Enriquez says he made the right decision, ensuring the safety of the Filipino troops. Nearly a year after the siege of Zamboanga City, Mayor Beng Climaco admits some of the refugees are still living in emergency shelters. She also admits there's a rise in the number of deaths among the internally displaced people from the siege. On September 9, 2013, rebels from the Moro National Liberation Front, or MNLF, marched into Zamboanga City, triggering nearly 3 weeks of fighting against government troops. 153 MNLF rebels, 38 civilians and security personnel were killed in the 20-day-long standoff. The Zamboanga Health Office as of September 3 reported 168 deaths among internally displaced people, an increase from 147 in July. Half of the casualties are children under 5 years old. Internal monitoring reports list bronchopneumonia and diarrhea as major causes of death. Climaco says more work needs to be done to rebuild the city. While she promised to meet the December deadline to have 5,000 new houses built, many will still be homeless. Almost 10,000 homes burned down from the siege, with more than 22,000 families displaced by the conflict. A Rappler exclusive. Armor vests intended for troops deployed to last year's Zamboanga siege are still sitting in a warehouse inside Camp Aguinaldo because of defects. Rappler learned the Defense Department tried to rush the delivery of the armor vests from Serbian company Mercata at the height of the siege in September 2013. The Serbian company was awarded the contract to deliver 3,480 units of armor vests worth 120 million pesos, or about $2.7 million. But the vests never reached the soldiers, forcing the army to make an emergency purchase of about 1,000 vests for an additional 28.3 million pesos, or about $630,000. The supplier of the emergency purchase, Stone of David Tactical Equipment Company, is linked to the company which failed to deliver, Mercata. Its local representative, Christopher Manalus, is the general manager of Stone of David. The Serbian company eventually delivered the body armors in January 2014, but tests showed the vests were defective. Rappler also obtained documents about the controversial bidding processes for the military's armor vests. In 2013, Mercata was also set to win the bidding for 44,000 units of armor vests worth 1.76 billion pesos, or about $40 million, following the disqualification of the lowest bidder, Colon Global of South Korea. But the Serbian company's ability to secure deals changed in 2014 when the leadership in the Defense Department's Bid and Awards Committee also changed. Former Justice Secretary Raul Gonzalez dies Sunday due to multiple organ failure. He was 83. Gonzalez served as Justice Secretary under former President Gloria Arroyo from 2004 to 2009. Before that, he was a representative of the Lone District of Iloilo City from 1995 to 2004. He was also part of the prosecution panel during the impeachment trial of ousted President Joseph Estrada. From 1986 to 1988, he served as Tanod Bayan or Ombudsman during former President Corazon Aquino's term. Gonzalez was also known as an opposition activist during the martial law years and was a lawyer of slain Senator Ninoy Aquino. Gonzalez's interment will be on Sunday. Cargo bound for the north and south of Luzon will no longer have to pass through Manila soon. The Philippine Ports Authority, or PPA, and the Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority, or SBMA, are set to sign an agreement allowing the Subic port to become the extension of the Port of Manila. The government is also eyeing the same arrangement for the port of Batangas. Transportation Secretary June Abaya says this will enable cargo bound for southern Luzon to move faster and easier. The government already started shipping out overstaying cargo to Subic. Importers and brokers have a 5-day grace period to clear out overstaying cargo effective Monday. The port congestion is blamed on the Manila city government's truck ban. To ease heavy traffic triggered by the ban, authorities implement counterflow schemes and designated truck lanes along C5. U.S. authorities say former Boston resident and U.S. citizen Ahmad Abu Samra may be the social media guru behind the Islamic State of Syria and Iraq, or ISIS's, brutal online propaganda. CNN reports while there's no specific evidence pointing to Abu Samra's involvement in the terror group's social media campaign, federal investigators think he may have joined the group and is helping with online efforts. Experts say ISIS appears to have a well-funded, well-organized social media and video production effort. Abu Samra, who holds dual U.S. and Syrian citizenship, is fluent in both English and Arabic and has a college degree in computer science. He's wanted by the FBI on terrorism charges issued in 2009 with a $50,000 reward for his capture. Let's now look at Rappler's Wrap for today, a list of the 10 most important events around the world you shouldn't miss. At number 5, Hong Kong police launch an animal cruelty investigation after a man joked online about killing a dog by putting it in a churning washing machine. A man named Jackie Lowe posted photos on Facebook showing a small white dog trying to climb out and struggling to keep its head above water with the washing cycle at full speed. He even told a commenter he killed the dog. An online petition urging the authorities to take action goes viral and draws close to 20,000 signatures. At number 8, CNN columnist Agnès Poirier looks at the impact of a tell-all book by former French First Lady Valérie Trierweiler. She says the ex-First Lady's book about her relationship with President François Hollande was damaging beyond repair. A new poll shows Hollande's approval rating reached an all-time low of 13%. Poirier also says Trierweiler appeared as, quote, a scorned woman by dishing the details on Hollande's affair with actress Julie Gayet. And at number 10, two adventurers went into an active volcano and lived to tell the tale. In a video uploaded online, adventure enthusiasts, some Cussman and photographer George Carunas dive into the Mount Maram volcano in the South Pacific. They got so deep into the crater that specks of lava melted their protective gear as they descended. In a Huffington Post report, Carunas describes diving into the volcano as, quote, kind of like a reverse climbing of Everest. For the full top 10, visit Rappler.com's The Wrap. A businessman interested in the case of Jack the Ripper claims he has identified the serial killer through DNA traces found on a shawl. The identity of the infamous killer whose grisly murders terrorized East London in 1888 has been a mystery ever since. But in a book out Tuesday, Russell Edwards claims the Ripper was Polish immigrant Aaron Kosminski. In 2007, Edwards bought a blood-stained shawl that reportedly came from the murder scene of Jack the Ripper's fourth victim. With the help of scientists and genealogists, the DNA from the shawl was matched with the relatives of both the victim and Kosminski. Some are doubtful about Edwards' findings, with researchers calling for further verification. Prince William and Duchess Kate are expecting their second child. The Duchess is supposed to attend an official engagement Monday, but cancelled because of morning sickness. The prince's grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, is said to be delighted at the news, which comes less than 14 months after the birth of the couple's first child, Prince George. Every story on Rappler has a mood meter which gives you 8 emotions to choose from. Click how you feel and your vote comes down to the mood navigator in the middle of the front page. That crowdsources the mood of the day. It also gives you the top 10 stories that have affected our readers and viewers the most emotionally. If you take a look, these 10 stories have gotten the most number of votes on their mood meter. And we see here, dog cleaned in washing machine sparks anger in Hong Kong. You see 5% sad and a whopping 87% angry. You also see, though, this 1% annoyed. That brings out the mood of the story that's gotten the most number of votes, just posted a few hours ago. Aquino blames Arroyo administration for MRT3 problems. 34% angry and 63% annoyed. That purple bringing out the mood of the day. Today, most people are annoyed. Well, that is Rappler's newscast for today, Monday, September 8, 2014. Visit Rappler.com and watch our newscast Monday to Friday. Tell us how you feel on our mood meter and help us crowdsource the mood of the day. I'm Maria Ressa. As we say at Rappler, tomorrow begins today.